Hi, I'm George Pino, and I'm with Commercial Brokers International, and today I wanted to talk to you about an often misunderstood aspect of our brokerage business, which is, of course, tenant representation. Many times when we talk to a tenant comes to us and says, well, I think I can possibly get a better deal by negotiating directly with the seller or the landlord, or using the agent that's representing the landlord, and believing that they may have representation. Ultimately, though, that's not really true. And even especially when it comes to lease renewals, they think that they have a long-standing relationship with the landlord and can therefore perhaps get a better deal. Again, this is not necessarily the case most of the time, and the landlord, ultimately, this is an investment for them. So because of that, they're looking to maximize their investment and get the highest return. So what is a tenant to do? First of all, they need to remember that in a tenant representation situation, very rarely does the tenant actually pay the commission for the broker that they have representing them. In fact, most landlords have already built into their pro formas and built into their budgets leasing commissions for both renewals as well as getting a new lease in place. So what does a tenant representation broker bring to the table other than negotiating ability? Well, many times it's just knowledge of the marketplace, what they can do, what the current market is doing. Not just for the building, because obviously the tenant may have the best knowledge of what's happening within the building. They may be talking to some of the new tenants that have moved in, what's happening with the landlord, what they're offering. But what they don't know is what the competing properties are offering within the community, within the area, within the neighborhood. And that's not just what they're offering in terms of rental rates, but a lot of times other properties may be offering more in concessions or more in tenant improvement dollars. So they have a different effective rental rate. So a good tenant rep broker is able to bring with them the knowledge of what's happening within the marketplace, and then utilize that on behalf of their client, the tenant, to negotiate a better deal with the landlord than they would have typically have gotten. So keep that in mind in the future when it comes to either looking for new space or even for negotiating on a lease renewal. A good tenant rep broker will save you thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars over the life of your lease. Thank you.